Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let's say thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, and don't forget salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, because he brought us from Jahiliyah era to Islamic era. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Nurul Hidayati. You can call me Nurul. I am college student from University Muhammadiyah Obsidian dan Apang with major English department semester 4. Okay, now I wanna explain about describing the English language. Okay, the first is language in use. The language we speak or read is governed by a number of rules, text and contrast, as the four example on the spec make clear. Quite apart from the meaning we wish to convey. In this case, thank you for the invitation. I will come at 8 o'clock. We have to think about wherever we are writing or speaking, texting or emailing. Wherever SMS or text messaging has developed into a sophisticated way of conveying message in the shortest possible speech hansel. More formal letters are written out in full. Like example, thank you very much for inviting me. Whereas in letters we read, I will arrive. In emails we will often use contractors forms. I will be at your place at 8. Different email readers have their own conversation too, such as and as our example show, there is a greater tolerance in emails for misspelling and deviant pronunciation. Okay, for the next is the 6 of the variable which govern our choice are listed below. The first is settings. We speak differently is liberates from the way we do in the next clubs. We use informal and spontaneous language at home, whereas we may use more formal pre-planned speech in an office or work environment. The second is participants. The people involved in a changes, whether in speech or writing, clearly affect the language being chosen. However, algorithm we want to be, we often choose words and phrases in communication with superiors which are different from the word and phrases we use when taking to, writing to or texting our friends, members or of our families or colleges of equal status to us. Okay, the third is gender. Gender. Research clearly shows that men and women typically use language differently when addressed either members of the same or the opposite sex. This is especially true of conversation. Women frequently use more concise language than men. For example, and crucially often talk less than men in mixed-sex conversation. Okay, the fourth is channel. There are marked differences between spoken and written language. But spoken language is not all the same. It is affected by the situation we are in. Are we speaking face to face or on the telephone? Are we speaking back in a microphone to an audience or standing up in a lecture hall in front of a crowd? The example at the beginning of this chapter we have shown how the writing channel, internet, snail mail or SMS text will also affect how we write. Okay, the fifth is topic. The topic we are addressing affect or lexical and grammatical choice. The words and phrases that you use when talking or writing about reading will be different from those we employ when the conversation turns to particle, par, particle pieces. The vocabulary of childbirth is different from the lexical parts associated with football. The topic-based vocabulary we use is one of the future of register, the choice we make about what language to employ. Okay, and the last is tone. Another feature of the register in the which something is said or written is it is tone. This includes variables such as formality and informality, politics and impolitics. For example, sophisticated, sophisticated woman, sophisticated woman magazine may tell of makeup, but teenage magazine sometimes call it slap, using high pitch and aggravated pitch movement. Is often more politic than flat monotone when saying things such as can you repeat that? Okay. Okay. The next is part B, what we want to say. We know what the words mean, of course, but we actually did Peter kindly give the students the information about the no smoking zone. He only was just offering information or passing the time. On the contrary, his purpose was to stop the students smoking. And what are we to make the student's second offense? Is she really thanking her lecturer for giving her information that she didn't have before? Or does the thanks very much really mean sorry? Perhaps its purpose is indicated to her lecturer that yes, she knows she was smoking in no smoking zone and since he's been caught, she has no option but to put out his cigarette. Okay, and the last is from and meaning. Peter Grundy could have cautioned a veteran of language from to ask the student to stop smoking. Okay. This point is well explained by different ways of expression the future in English. Among the many alternatives on after, we may say I will arrive at 8 o'clock and I'm arriving at 8 o'clock. Each of the construction indicates variety, but each means something slightly different as we have shown. Okay, I think that's all about my